The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome to the Good Buddies Anime Show. I am your good buddy, Roger.
And I am your good buddy, Brandon.
And Brandon, we went and saw a movie, didn't we?
We did.
We even saw it with some friends.
Yeah.
We had our good buddies, Haley and Olivia and Jacob and Daniel there.
Yeah.
And then we also saw our good buddies, Egg and Ryan, but they were going to go see the Batman.
Yeah, they went
That
to
was
the Batman.
That was by chance.
Yeah, that was just totally different. That wasn't even planned. They were just in there at the same time. It was crazy.
Yeah. But it was pretty awesome.
It was pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
good to hang out with the homies.
Yeah. And it was finally real good to get another little taste of that Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, yes.
Because we watched Jujutsu Kaisen 0 in the theaters with the fancy reclining chairs, all this good stuff.
Heated seats, have my butthole sweating.
Yeah. Brandon's girlfriend was pushing all of his buttons for him, got him a sweaty butthole going.
Didn't much care for that.
Well, let me know, dude. Tell me, did you care about this movie? We're not going to do this review like we typically do.
We're just going to
talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. So, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
I will say that, so there was a big thing going in that knowing the story of this one, that it was based on, to me, when you say prequel, it means here's a thing and we made a thing now that comes before that.
Yeah.
That's not the case. This story actually existed first.
Yeah.
And then got so popular that Jujutsu Kaisen became a thing after that.
Yeah. And, so yeah, this one was like 4 chapters, I think. It was serialized from April to June in 2017 in Shonen Jump.
Something like that.
And then I think that it grew in popularity that they went to Jujutsu Kaisen proper.
Yeah.
But they switched up, some of our characters from the
so
Zero.
Jujutsu Kaisen, the series that we've seen, takes place like a year after this, because we see all of our second-year students, Panda Maki, Voice Boy, whose name I don't remember, as first-year students.
Is it Izumi? Is that his name?
Something. I don't remember. Hang on, I had a web
Inumaki.
Inumaki, that sounds right. That sounds like the boy, my sweet little voice boy. But yes, so we see all those characters when they were in their first year, which is pretty interesting because for us, we get like a little more time with them as the main characters rather than like these secondary characters that show up. Because in the series, we focus on Itadori and
Megumi and Nobara.
I was gonna call them Sasuke and Sakura because I can't remember.
Lucky for you, I remember their names.
I'm really glad you did. But we still do get a healthy dose of Gojo in this one. My sweet boy with his blindfold. That fucking guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting. But also, so my understanding with it being that this was a story that already existed and then the series came afterwards, to me meant this is going to be a really nice self-contained story that you don't necessarily have to have seen the show to enjoy.
Right.
And I think in that respect, it worked really well.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But just let me just get to this right now. I feel like this movie had a lot it was trying to do, and it accomplished maybe 2/3 of it for me.
Sure.
That being, tell its own self-contained story. Nailed it. Throw in some stuff for people who've already seen the series. Sure. Although that stuff could be a little confusing because you just get a few characters who are like there for half a minute and don't show up again. It's like, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And 3, it also has to set up season 2, which I guess it did, but it left me with a lot of questions I didn't fully understand.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure how much it was supposed to set up season 2.
I feel like, see, that's the thing is like, I don't know if it's supposed to, but it definitely tried to.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff that happens toward the end of this and I'm just like, what? This
does have its own original stuff in it, its own original content that was not in the manga.
Sure.
So that might be some of the stuff that's really
what I mean to say is I did a little Googling afterwards to be like, okay, what was with this person, and found out, oh, that person does have a bigger role behind, like, going forward.
Yeah.
That this is getting you ready for.
Okay.
For example.
Yeah. Well, and I would think too with it, so this came out and then Jujutsu Kaisen, but the intention was to not I think if I understood correctly, the intention was to not take away from what Zero was. It was just Jujutsu Kaisen, and then they renamed it Zero. But they wanted it to stay.
It wasn't even Jujutsu Kaisen. It was just like
it was just Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, it was called like it was the name of the school or something.
Oh, I don't know. Wikipedia told me it was just Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean, you talk. I'll look it up.
So whatever it was as that. It was as that, and then they switched the title to Jujutsu Kaisen Zero for Jujutsu Kaisen proper to come out, with the intention of carrying some of the characters over and having it to tie in the show, while not damaging the original work, if that makes sense. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And
originally titled Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was the name of it.
Well, what do I know?
And then it was later changed to Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
Okay.
After Jujutsu Kaisen came out, they were like, all right, this will be the prequel. We'll call it Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're good on that. We got all the facts. Okay, the hard facts.
I mean, we got some facts. I don't know if we got all the facts.
It's the hard facts.
Don't mean to interrupt the show. Are those new glasses?
They are new glasses. Thank you
good,
for
bro.
noticing. Thanks.
Oh
I had them for the movie.
I didn't even notice
that was my
them.
first day wearing them.
I didn't notice them, but I see them now, and they look very good.
Well, thanks, man. But yeah, I think it does a good job, and it does add some new characters that obviously will have. I mean, somehow, some way, our main character has to play a point in the story somewhere.
I gotta know about heart nipples.
Yeah, man.
There's a motherfucker that shows up with heart nipples.
Yeah, heart nipples. We got Whip Boy. That one definitely seems like he has some important stuff going on.
That's the one I did some Googling about, and I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah. I'm interested to see because I'm kind of curious. I've never read Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. It's one book, so maybe if we get it back in the store, that is something that I will pick up and try and read.
I'll say right now, if you do some Googling,
because I want to know what the extra stuff was.
Yeah, if you do some Googling like I did, be careful because I caught a couple spoilers.
Oh, good.
Nothing crazy, but I caught a couple spoilers.
Okay.
For example, there's a character in this one who we see in the series who, boy, they sure do make it look like that character's dead. I won't say anything else. But we see him in the series, so they can't be, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it kind of adds on to that character because when we first see that character in the show, that character don't have no arm no more.
Yeah.
So now you kind of know how that character lost their arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real interesting stuff, and that definitely laid groundwork to future development or whatever.
But let's talk about the story of this thing, because we haven't really talked about it. So if you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, it's basically the characters who were the second-year student, but they're first-year students, with a new guy who's very, very reminiscent of our guy Itadori.
Yeah, he's a little different. He's a little more reserved than Itadori.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like Itadori is like a very outspoken, loud kind of dude who ate a finger and got a crazy...
Super athletic.
Yes, and ate a finger and got a crazy, powerful curse inside of him.
Itadori doesn't mind fighting.
Yes, whereas Yuta is... just a little baby.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
He just doesn't want to hurt anybody.
He's very scared. He's very nervous about everything. He's very introverted, does not like to be around people or anything because he's terrified that his big scary demon will hurt people. And he's pretty much right. Without getting too spoilery and too far into it, our guy has a very powerful special grade curse that follows him around. Basically, if anyone steps to him, this thing just pops up out of nowhere and is like, don't be touching my boy. And then it fucks them horribly.
Yeah.
Not literally, but
not
fucks
literally.
them up.
Yeah, messes them up.
He'll fuck you up.
And I mean, so I would think that it's safe to talk about that character.
Yeah.
Who is Rika.
Yes.
Now, Rika, it seems that Yuta and Rika had some health issues when they were younger. They met in a hospital. Mm-hmm. They became fast friends, and they made a promise together, a bond to get married.
Aww, how sweet.
You know, it's that young love. And then, of course, when mid-sized sedan coon comes and pegs her ass right in the middle of the street, splatters her everywhere.
Truck coon was taking a break this time.
Yeah,
mid-sized sedan coon just absolutely slam jammed this child.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God, how does this even happen? So Yuta is watching from the sidewalk, watching her blood run to him.
That shit was intense when it happened, because it like goes from like smiling kid face to fade to black. You just hear skeet, and I'm like, well, they're not gonna show it. Oh, they show it.
Yeah, mangled her.
I think I was sitting in theater and I just said, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like like nervous laughing. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, they
holy
that
moly.
car wham jammed her.
Just absolutely just a smear on the road now.
Yep. So her blood runs to him, and he notices that this creature forms from the blob of her blood, and it happens to be her.
Yes, she has become this incredibly powerful curse. Now, how that happens, why that happens, neither of them appear to be all that good at curse stuff. I mean, they're children. How could they know any of this? But somehow that's what happened. And so that's kind of part of the big mystery that I'll just say now, they do wrap up. It's not like they leave you hanging.
Yeah.
They let you know what ended up happening at the end there. But it's pretty wild. I mean, it's intense, man.
Yeah,
it's
man,
like
good movie for Valentine's Day.
This giant freaking creature that's just always around him. The first time that he runs into the other students, they all flip their shit. Like, is this some kind of test? Do we need to fight this thing? Our Maki and Panda and Voice Boy, whose name I already forgot. He don't talk. I don't remember. But yeah, it's pretty wild. So yes, that's
it's Toga Inumaki.
Toga. I'll try to remember Toga.
Okay.
I'll forget. I mean, it's Goto backwards. I can remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost Goto backwards. Anyway, so that's one thing that's interesting about this is that's why our blindfold boy Gojo, is his name Gojo?
Uh-huh.
That's
Gojo.
why our blindfold sleepy boy.
Yeah.
Our blindfold boy Gojo, you get a little more, development with all of these characters, but that one in particular was interesting to me because he seems so aloof when this happens to Itadori in the series. Well, guess why, bud? He's already been through it. He already had a kid with a crazy powerful demon that he had to handle and take care of and put into class. So here we go. Like, this is where you get to see him do it the first time. So it's pretty interesting, like some of the little references you get back and forth that like kind of inform decisions that you saw on the show, or vice versa, depending on which you see first, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to talk about the action scenes and how cool they were?
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the art and animation here.
Sure.
What would be the art and animation?
We're jumping around.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty well done. I will say that this is one of the things that kind of disappointed me in the movie. And it's the fact that I felt like we got better fight scenes in the actual show.
I feel like they're comparable, but I know in particular that fight with the tree creature was really badass, like, and it's hard to overlook that. If
you look at Demon Slayer and the movie they did, and the fight scene, the spanning epic fight scene that you got in that, and I've gone on record multiple times saying, between the two very big shonens out right now, Demon Slayer and JUJUTSU Kaisen, I far prefer JUJUTSU Kaisen. Yeah. Even though I love Demon Slayer. But Demon Slayer, they got the movie. I guess it had the flow that I kind of like. Sure. Where this is a lot of things, a lot of disjointed fights going on at the same time. So you're only getting little snips here and there, here and there, here and there, where I would like one big extended fight. And I thought, because nothing really felt like it ever lasted that long in the movie. Where, we watched God dang it, Muscle Boy and Itadori fight the plant creature for a good, at least an episode, and it just nonstop awesome fighting. Yeah. And never at any point did it kick into that gear in this movie for me. There were some big moves and stuff, but it was just that one big move, really. I don't know that I'd fully agree with you, but I mean, I get what you're saying. The best, in my opinion, the best fight was with Panda. Sure. Because it had the most duration to it. It had the most movement to it. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like it was good enough for me, like, throughout. The thing is, it's different kind of fights, right? Because you've got the ones that are very frenetic, moving around so fast, like the Panda one. You got a similar thing with Gojo and Miguel, the whip boy, who we meet, where they're jumping off of each other and stuff, and really flying toward each other. Yeah. And then, like, with our boy versus our main villain, it's it was still had moments like that, but it was set with these pauses where they're like
talking at each other or powering up or something or getting ready for the next move, which I kind of was down with. I really liked the way they did it because it kind of harkened me back to like, you know, your Dragon Ball Z's where like they're having to charge up or something or talking between
the
attacks
stuff that they need to cut out of the show.
No, but I'm saying like that stuff when it's like goes over 3 episodes. Yes, absolutely. When it's like a 10-minute fight,
sure,
that's fine.
But I don't think any of these fights went 10 minutes. I think most of them went sub 2 minutes.
Well, probably, but I mean that whole sequence.
That's my gripe is that there is energy there. There are fights there. There's no duration.
I feel like but it was like jumping back and forth between fights. So I feel like it's hard to fully time that out, right? I mean, maybe, but because like we were going back and forth between Gojo and Dude and Rika like during that last stretch until he shows up or whatever. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say like one thing for me was that I thought of like as we were talking about it is I remember when we watched the Demon Slayer movie Mugen Train that it was hard for me to reckon that I was watching a film. And granted that like a big part of that could be like watching at home versus watching in a theater. I get it. But like specifically with Mugen Train, as I was watching it, I was like, it would have these very specific moments where it cuts to a different thing, cuts to a different part of the train, cuts to a dream sequence, cuts to this thing, cuts to them now fighting this other demon, etc., where I felt very like this, I know this is exactly where the episode would stop and we'd go to the next episode.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and then they do that for the, you know, the arc, the TV arc version of it. Whereas with Jujutsu Kaisen, even though it had like, okay, dude goes on a mission with Maki. Now dude goes on a mission with Toga. Is that his name?
Yeah, Toga.
Something
Inumaki.
like that. Yes. Goes on a mission with Inumaki and stuff like that, where it was like these are different moments and it would be easy to cut between them. I never once had the thought I'm watching a TV show that was slammed together. I always felt like I was watching a film, which worked a lot better for me. You know, it felt like it was one long story. Rather than these little episodes. So that worked for me really well. I don't know. I get what you're saying with the fights and everything, but it didn't hit me like that.
Yeah, I just never felt like it kicked into gear.
I get you.
And that's, you know, like that's part of the charm of Jujutsu Kaisen for me is because whenever it's moving, it's moving.
Yeah.
And I felt like this one was very, you know, like pump the brakes.
Kind of stunted, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think it was good.
I don't necessarily agree with you, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it just never, I don't know, it never had the same energy that Jujutsu Kaisen proper catches. Maybe.
Sure.
It has a good story and there are great beats and the characters are awesome. It just, there's just something there that it's. I wouldn't call it hollow. I would call it. I don't even know if I would call it stunted. It just.
You definitely wouldn't call it hollow. Those are the things from Bleach. Those aren't curses.
Okay. Yeah, it just nothing lasted. You know, for as I would start to get invested in something and then it would be over.
Sure.
And I wanted a little more. Maybe a director's cut of this is what I want.
You need like an extra like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
in there.
I want a little extra. I wanted more.
Yeah. I'd be down with that. I don't know. I definitely understand what you're saying, and I wouldn't take it from you. But for me, I felt like it had a good flow.
Sure.
I felt like it had a good flow. Music and sound.
It was great.
It was kick-ass.
The opening song that they really they kicked the movie in with proper, where you know we see our boy walking into the school and stuff. It whips ass.
It's pretty good.
It's awesome.
Pretty real good.
I don't know who the band was, but the song was fucking awesome. And while the scenery that was happening I thought was slightly bland, because it was mostly them just walking, God, it still hit hard. It was awesome. That's the coolest you could be walking with a song like that playing. It was very cinematic and kind of just really gave you more of a feel of the animation and what you were to expect going forward, minus the fights. And I thought the song rocked. And then beyond that, you know, the big explosions and stuff over the speakers, the giant fights, Rika's nutty ass voice. It was great, man. I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah.
I thought it was solid.
I thought it was really good. The fight noises, the punches and squishes and everything, the blades ching ching changing, off of each other were really great. The clings and clangs, if you will. Everything about it like worked really well for me. I don't think there was anything that really I was like, eh. I think it was all good. Yeah. I mean, sound wise, yeah. I didn't have any problem with it, really.
Yeah, I don't think I would give it if we were doing the points, I don't think I would give it the full 2 points, but
yeah, it didn't really like mix anything up all that crazy, but I mean, it was like just really good throughout.
Yeah, it was solid production.
What else?
I think that's about it. Other than Je ne sais quoi, you know.
What do you got to say about it, man?
I thought it was a very fun, watchable movie. I have friends now that have went and saw it 3 times or so.
Christ.
I wouldn't go see it more than once in the theater.
Yeah.
But I will watch it. I want to
go back to the theater.
Yeah. Even if I enjoy the theater. Now, I'm notorious about, making my claim that I will be the one to stab the steely dagger into the heart of the industry if I can get the movies on my TV all the time.
Yes, please.
I'll pay a fucking premium to have them on my TV right away.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know why they don't like money. It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
I'm sure people will go, well, what about all those jobs of the people at the theater? They find another job, baby.
Everybody's hiring right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I get the appeal of the theater. I don't love it because I don't love being crammed in a room full of a bunch of other people.
As nice as those chairs are.
Even though we did, we did it the way that I like. I was blocked in by people that I know and like. I mean, I had some people I didn't know to my left because I was on the outside there. But,
yeah.
They were all right and they were chuckling. They even chuckled to some of Brandon's joke about the donkey.
The donkey?
Yeah, dude, there was that donkey at the end. It was a zebra.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bitch, you get this donkey off my screen.
No, I think I called it a giraffe or something.
No, there was a giraffe.
There was a giraffe.
You called it a donkey.
I called it a donkey.
Was a zebra. They were chuckling pretty hard at you.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
these people are cool. But I wouldn't go see it again. It would take an exceptional movie for me to go see something again in the theater twice.
Yeah.
I will watch it for free on my TV whenever it's released, probably another time.
I mean, you won't watch it for free. You'll watch it like with your subscription to whatever
yes. What I'm saying is that once it goes, if it hits Amazon Prime or something like that, you have to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it again.
Yeah.
But I will watch it again whenever it is available to me.
Would you buy a Blu-ray? If it had, let's say, would you buy just a straight Blu-ray, and would you buy a Blu-ray with maybe some fun production notes and pictures?
I would buy the Blu-ray or something if it's packed in with the main series, with the main show. I wouldn't want to have this movie on Blu-ray if I didn't have the main series.
Okay. Now, what about a 4K Ultra HD?
I mean, I would give it a go. But
if that's the one you buy.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's the one, I probably wouldn't go out of my way for it, though.
All right.
Yeah. I wouldn't go seeking it out.
Yeah. I feel like I'm mostly the same way on that. I don't know. I might buy the Blu-ray.
I mean, I did just buy 2 vinyls of the same fucking album, so.
You monster.
Yeah, man. I got Ghost and Pyrrha. I got the Target version and the
Christ.
Walmart version.
You're the worst.
They have really good colors on the vinyl, so.
Yeah, okay.
But.
Yeah, dude. Well, so. I probably would buy a Blu-ray if it had like some cool, like if it's a special edition. If it's a steelbook, I go nutty for a steelbook. I love a steelbook. I bought that game Catherine in a steelbook, and I've never opened it. I just like having a steelbook.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty much with you for the most part. I did think it had a decent flow to it. I thought it moved decently well. Again, the only thing is like, so I told Haley when we went to see it, because she'd never seen Jujutsu Kaisen the show, I was like, I'm gonna pick your brain after this to see how you feel about it.
And I talked to Olivia a little bit too, because she had never watched Jujutsu Kaisen, so I asked her and Jacob some questions.
Yeah, so for the most part, Haley was like, she was able to follow it and everything and all that stuff. It was just some of the characters that showed up for a little bit and they were gone.
Yep.
Like, what's with the girl riding a broom? What's with the big muscly guy? Why is he talking about a Christmas special?
That's the same thing they brought up in.
And I'm like, those are maybe the best characters in some of them.
So it kind of made me wonder, like, maybe they should have just left that out and kept the movie.
I really think they should have. Yeah. That's what I was gonna get at. Is like,
I mean, I was excited to see them, but
because we've seen the show.
It really could have added more to the fights that were at hand.
The thing is, they really didn't do much. And Haley was like, yeah, there's a robot guy, Mechamaru, and I'm like, he's kind of like a drone.
Yeah. Yeah,
what's
I
with
told
Muscle Boy? He loves this one idol.
What I told, they dropped that joke in there. Nobody got it, but unless you watch the series.
Nobody.
Yeah, so me and Brandon knew what was going on.
Why is there a businessman over there? So he's actually super badass. Is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you don't know
Why has he got
that.
those dumb glasses? You just have to watch.
You just trust me here. He's super cool. He can cut stuff.
Yeah. So what I explained to them.
Sorry, one more. What was with the other girl whose power appears to be gun? And I was like, okay, so she's super cool though.
Yeah.
She's also from the Zenin clan.
Like this. If it was a character that looked pretty unique and they had a brief flash on screen, then they were in the show.
Whereas you also get some. That's the thing, is you also get some full-on randos who are just like generic Jujutsu sorcerer wearing like a hoodie and a hat or something.
Yeah, you did.
And it's like,
but
wait, so is that
like
guy
anybody.
a thing? No, they're not a thing. It's just a rando. You can tell because he's wearing all gray and brown.
Yeah,
like
he's just there to die.
He's just there to show up, do a thing, and he's out.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like you really could have just dropped all those.
Yeah, because I feel like them consecutively got a good 5 minutes dedicated to all of them, when we could have just added that 5 minutes to one of those fights.
Yeah. Now I will say this. When Mei Mei showed up with her stupid ass 2-braid hairstyle, that I was like, oh yes, mommy's home.
Yeah.
I was down for Mei Mei. But otherwise,
yeah,
meh. I could have done without all those.
Yeah, we had the principal in there, threw out a nice "God damn!"
Oh yes, that was great. I did love when he said "God damn."
Yeah, some great moments with Panda too.
We need a super cut of every one of those from the fucking subtitle versions. We need principal going "God damn!" cut into fucking All Might saying "shit."
Yeah,
like all those. Just give me all those back to back. So good.
Yeah, it was a good movie, man. If I were to score, I'd probably give it about an 8.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's about where I would land.
8 out of 10. I think it would be a solid Animazing.
Yeah, I think it would ride the cusp of most definitely to Animazing for me. It's right in there. But yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, it's very good, very solid. It didn't.
Nothing really to complain about it. Like, it's a very good movie.
No, it's really decent.
Yeah.
It's just
everybody seemed to enjoy it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're done talking about it. Yeah, there's really nothing else to say. It's decent. It's good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen, then absolutely you should go see it. You probably already seen it. If you don't know what Jujutsu Kaisen but you like some actiony shonen type series, check it out. I think the only reason I would tell you not to see it is if you hate shonens, if you just really hate actiony series with fights and shit like that. If that is just not your fucking bag,
let me ask you one question before we're out of here on this.
Okay, bring
it. Let me get your opinion on this. So we brought up the Demon Slayer movie earlier.
Sure.
I know a lot of people, and I think you probably heard a lot of people that had family members or other people that had never seen the anime before go in and watch that movie, and they for the most part, all I heard was people that quite enjoyed it. Were interested in checking out the show. I had people coming and buying Demon Slayer stuff that only had seen the movie so far. Because normally I ask people whenever they buy some of the anime stuff, I try to pull a little bit of information from them if I can, because it's fun for me to talk to somebody about it for a minute and let them know that, hey, we carry that stuff here because I really like that stuff.
Right.
I feel like it brought a lot of people to Demon Slayer.
Sure.
Do you feel like this movie will do the same for Jujutsu Kaisen?
I feel like it has the potential, but I feel like I don't think it's going to be as big.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think Demon Slayer managed to hit a spot where it had this really great crossover appeal. Plus, Demon Slayer is on YouTube, isn't it? Or not YouTube, no. Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think maybe it's on Hulu. I think Demon Slayer is just fine. Oh, I think Jujutsu Kaisen now is in a lot of places too.
I know it's in a lot. I know it's on HBO and I think some other stuff. But
yeah.
I feel like I remember more people seeing that one because it was more readily available.
Yeah. Well, and I also think that Demon Slayer has a more defined style than Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sure.
Like the art behind it is a lot more. I think that the animation, the art for Jujutsu Kaisen is fucking awesome. But as far as having an appeal to it that will have just your average person remember it, the edge definitely goes to Demon Slayer. It has a far more unique style.
So
It's a lot more striking.
Just popping open Netflix and typing in both titles. Demon Slayer's on Netflix and Jujutsu Kaisen isn't. And I feel like way more people have Netflix than almost any other streaming service.
Probably.
I would say Hulu's up there for sure, but come on, man, it's Netflix. So I feel like it's more accessible only because of that. Like, it'll be on like trending or whatever, and someone will see it and be like, yeah, maybe check it out. Or something, or they'll hear about it and be like, "Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Netflix." Because that's how it happened with the people I know. The few people I know who weren't into anime at all and got into Demon Slayer, it was because someone was like, "Do you want to see the Demon Slayer movie?" Who was into anime?
Sure.
And then they were like, "Yeah, I guess. Let me watch that show on Netflix." And then boom, there you go.
Let's see.
Jujutsu Kaisen, I know for sure. The dub, I believe, is on HBO, and I think on Hulu as well.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen on Hulu. Let's see.
I would look it up myself, but
December 12th of last year says it's not available for Hulu. But I could have swore it was somewhere else, some major place. It's true. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have the same level of exposure as Demon Slayer does.
No, I don't think it does.
I don't ever think it ever kicked up to the. They both got. I feel like Demon Slayer got less promotion going into it than Jujutsu Kaisen did.
Maybe.
Because I don't remember seeing Demon Slayer until I clicked on it to watch it for the show. We were just going through, and I texted you like, "Hey, you got to check this fucking Demon Slayer show out." Where
maybe.
Jujutsu Kaisen. It was like Dr. Stone, man. That shit was fucking everywhere before it aired.
Maybe. It did come afterwards, too, so maybe like Demon Slayer managed to take off so hard that they were like, let's advertise the fuck out of this one.
Yeah, interesting, man. Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, we're getting into like advertising and business that we don't know anything about. We're talking out of our ass again, as we often do. But yeah, it's a chill movie. It's a decent movie. Personally, all right, if you had to watch one of them right now, would you rather watch Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer? Mugen Train or Jujutsu Kaisen 0?
Watch them again?
Yes, right now. Pick one.
I'd probably watch Jujutsu Kaisen again.
Same.
Yeah.
I think I would. I really like Demon Slayer, but
I think it's just because I like Jujutsu Kaisen more, though.
Yeah, I like them both a lot. I think I would give the edge to Jujutsu Kaisen over Demon Slayer. I wouldn't say I like it way more than Demon Slayer, but I definitely like it more than Demon Slayer. It's a very close race between those two, but I would give it to Jujutsu Kaisen, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, movie-wise, yeah.
All right. Well, we did it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love hearing from you guys. Please leave us a comment and all that good stuff.
I don't know what we're doing next time.
We don't know what we're doing next time. We'll think of something. Look, neither of us have been watching a ton of anime because we saw that movie and we mostly both been just playing fucking Elden Ring.
Yeah, I beat the Elden Ring last night, so.
Very good. Which ending did you go to?
Ronnie's.
Nice. I think that's probably the one. Shine on it. That's probably the one I was gonna go with too.
Oh, okay.
I did do another quest that involved me getting a hug. So
yes, there you go.
Yeah, I did that.
Get you a hug, man.
I
just kept on hugging, dude.
I
entered
the hunter's dream and everything.
Yeah.
Except it's not a hunter. Anyway. Good stuff, but that's what we'll do is just one day we'll eventually just drop all pretense. We'll stop calling it the Good Buddies anime show and we'll be like, no, just the Good Buddies show. Let's talk about a video game.
Yep, maybe.
Because we'll
see what happens.
There's just so much that we don't have time to catch up on.
Yeah.
But I got one real quick because we're not gonna do a ramble, but I have a story I need to tell you about. Okay. Have you seen anything about this fucking dog anime that's coming out next year?
No.
Dog.
What's it called so the Good Buddies can look it up?
Hang on, let me.
Dang, dude, you gonna just drop it out there and not even know the damn name?
I've just, man, I heard some shit about it and I was like, that can't be real. And then I look it up and I was like, what? It's something like I became.
Is it Dog Isekai?
kinda. It appears to be that this dude. Okay, googling dog anime is not helpful. It appears to be like this dog has a consciousness. Possibly a dude died and got reincarnated as a dog or something. I don't know. But he's this pet. There's like a promotional image that's like the girl like reaching down, like you're seeing it from the dog's perspective, reaching down to put a collar on him. So it's like you can kind of see where this is going. I have heard some scenes from the manga described, and I'm like, why are they making this an anime?
Is it kind of like the Cat in a Girl Storm?
No, I'm talking like that close to bestiality. Yeah, Roger's face just plummeted. Oh no. Yeah. So just look forward to me avoiding that one next year.
I don't like that.
We'll talk about it off mic.
Okay.
And maybe we'll talk about it next time when we talk about whatever we talk about. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're on the YouTube. Please leave us a comment and a rating on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you're listening to the podcast, if you're listening to the podcast. And we just thank you so much. Shout out to our musicians, Mary with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes. Thank you so much, Haas, aka Thomas Tastes Better, for our closing theme on the YouTube. And of course, our good buddy, Upper Petty Theft. You can find all of them in our description, as well as links to our Discord, Facebook, everything else. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we love you so much.